Aloha, gang, and welcome. Here we go. We've got, oops, Loco dropping things on the floor. What else is new? So, whoops, sorry. Let me shut down Twitch for a second. And, oh, you want treat? You want treat? There you go. You can have a treat. Whoa, that's way too low now. Okay. How are you guys all doing? And what a Monday. It has been lots of good news today. I don't even have my, let me turn that on. Okay, now I actually have a light for you guys so you can actually see me. I don't know if you want to, but anyhow, it's there. Sorry, it took me a few extra minutes to get on because I wanted to real quickly. I know there's an Amber Alert out of San Antonio right now, and I realized I did not have a poster, so I was madly trying to get a poster together to share with you guys at the end of this live, and also get shared out to everyone. So it is ready, and we can actually, in fact, okay, just so you guys know, this 14-year-old has been missing. I didn't know either, Sleuth. Actually, Cajun True Crime mentioned it to me this morning. So what I may do is after I finish this live, I am going to show you guys the poster, and then I may come right back on to do a real quick video on that one. I don't know much about the case yet, but it's a 14-year-old, and it's serious enough that they've made the decision to put it as an Amber Alert. So I need to do some researching on that. So thank you. Yeah, definitely. Thank you, KK, for bringing that to our attention. Big time. So for those of you who are here, this is the first time we are doing a Missing Mondays on both Twitch and YouTube. I decided, I enjoy Twitch. I've always enjoyed Twitch, but there is not a big community over there for the missing. And there's a lot of people there who might benefit from hearing about the people that need their stories told so they can go out there and share, okay, and make sure people are looking for them. So as of today, we'll start doing duo streaming. If any of you guys do have a Twitch account, please make sure to go ahead and follow me over there at Locomai. It's just plain out old Locomai over there. So let's say hi to some. Okay, I'll give you a big piece. How's that? Yeah, you can have a big piece. Gives me more hands I can work off of. So let's say hi to people because Chris made it first. Chris, by the way, I had a subject we were going to talk about today. Actually, we were going to have Louisiana Girl was going to join us up here, as well as Cajun True Crime. And we were going to talk about a teenage girl who had gone missing a little while back. And the three of us were going to stream on all three channels at the same time. But awesome news. I woke up this morning to messages that she had been found in New Jersey. There were a lot of fears about this case, whether or not it could have been trafficking related. I'm not mentioning her name because as a teenager, I want her to have her privacy and all that at this point. But Chris actually came to me with that case. And then in talking with Louisiana Girl, I found out We Are Cody's Voice has been following that case as well as others. And you know what? It needed brought attention, but she's good, she's safe, and hopefully she'll be on her way home soon. Today's been a great bit of news. I mean, between the information about T, justice for Gannon, and that was, I don't think I've ever been so happy as I woke up as I was this morning. It was just like, oh, it was just wonderful. So I had to quickly come up with a new story, which I will be introducing you to this one young woman who went missing, okay, earlier in April. So, but let's see, who else do we have here? We have Vicky. Hello, Vicky. And Louisiana Girl. Hello, LG. Yeah, and thanks, LG. You were going to be right there sharing out that other story. So we're going to get you some other. In fact, Chris, I'm going to be sharing with LG a couple of the stories that you've been telling me about because you've got some great stories that need to be shared out right now. Who else we got here? We've got Vicky, Princess Megan, Elsa. Mwah, love you, my dear. And let's see, who else we got? Different devices. Oh, you're on multiple devices now. See, I'm on different locations. You've got different devices. See, we're all multitasking. What? You want more treats? Of course she wants more treats. So let's see. Who else we got? Sleuth Mom. There's Miss Sleuth Mom. I love you, my dear. Love you. And thanks for giving us that community that all of us could have gone to over the last few weeks to get through Letitia's trial, because that was awful hard to get through on your own, and having a community where you can lean against others. Thank you, hun. Who else we got here? I know I saw one person in here who, there she is right there, PJ. Hola, hola, PJ. And there is Beatlemaniac. By the way, I've been having fun over on Beatlemaniacs, looking at the videos she's got over there. They. I never know what my pronouns. Brandy, hello, 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 Brandy. Who else we got? Yes, Cassie, you want more treats, don't you? And also, okay, I think we are good. Just shared a whole pack of crackers with... See, I go through pretty much a whole bag each time, I swear. They know exactly. Okay, they know exactly what they want, and they start right away. And as for Twitch, I don't think we have anyone over on the Twitch side, but if we do, please, please know that I welcome you guys. Okay, aloha and mahalo for coming on over. That will grow as time goes on. So, oh, I just saw Jet's mom. There's Jet's mom. Hey, Jet's mom. And Scout. Hey, Scout, how you doing, my dear? Oh, my gosh, I'm so happy to have everyone here today. So this is awesome. I love it. I love it. I love it. So, yes, Cassie, I hear you. So let's go through and introduce you to this young woman that I came across actually thanks to Cupcake. Cupcake, as you guys know, comes over to this channel and sent me some information on her. And I had planned on initially having a poster to at least share the poster with you guys today as we talked about the other case. However, when that ended so wonderfully with such great news, it was like, okay, let's pick up on Tara and tell her story at this point. So this is Tara. Tara actually went missing back in April. Let me make this bigger so I can see. So back on April 18th is when she was last seen. Now, she's from Wisconsin. Okay. Young woman from Wisconsin, in her 30s, if I recall. No, 47-year-old. Let me pull out my notes here so I can do this better. Okay, here we go. So on April 18th, her story began. Okay, pretty much started up when someone came across a phone, a lost phone. They were in a city called Ringgold, Wisconsin. They found this phone sitting out, laying out around, and looked at it, called the police to let the police know they had found this phone that belonged to someone. They didn't know how to open it, whatever. There's been very little information on this case right now. And yet this case, something's happened in this case. And as we open up the whole story and tell you more about what the police have found and all, you will understand just what I mean there. Hey, Cupcake! Welcome, welcome. And again, thank you for sending me this case. Thank you so much. Hopefully we can get more people sharing Tara's story out. So in Ringgold, a phone was found. As the phone was found, police were contacted and they came by, picked up the phone and started looking into, okay, who does this phone? Okay, they were expecting that it'd be like anyone's cell phone when it gets lost. Okay, they find a phone, they'll track the owner, they'll drop it off at the house, all's going to be fine. Did not quite happen in this case. As they opened up her phone and looked at the phone, they came across her name and her address. So they decided to take the phone back to the person's house, to Tara's house. Once they got to the house, no one was there. No one answered the door, anything. They got into the house, and as they're looking from the outside and then getting, okay, I guess in the house, they realized there were some very serious concerns here. The door to the garage was pretty beat up. Not beat up as in old beat up, but beat up as in someone had taken her car and backed it out of the garage with the door closed. So something had happened to this woman. Did she drive her own vehicle out? Or did someone else grab her and tell her we're leaving right now? That is where the question comes. We don't know what happened. How did that occur? So the police immediately were thinking, okay, we've got suspicious circumstances here. And that's how they were approaching this whole thing. There's damage to the house. Someone's broken through. Someone's taken her car. She's taken her car. Whatever it is, someone has it. So they put the word out looking for this woman. Okay. Little later on the 18th, in the afternoon on the 18th, they were out on the highway and discovered her vehicle on the highway. Now, I am going to real quickly switch over here so everyone has a better idea of what we're looking at here. Okay. This is Wisconsin. Just give you guys an idea. Okay. Oh, shoot. I did not need that last thing there. Sorry. Let me do that. Okay. Boom. Okay. So this is Wisconsin. We're going to be mentioning a lot of different locations here. And this is what's scary. All of these locations are pretty far from each other. How far away was her phone? Bingo. Here we go, sleuth. This is when it's really getting suspicious. She was from not Wittenberg, from Weston. Okay, Wisconsin. So right in this area here is where she was from. Okay. That's where they had to pick up the car, that they went to go return everything there. Cupcake, you're here if you need help with highways. Oh, awesome, Cupcake. Thank you. And also, hey, Vicky, welcome to the Ohana. Welcome, my dear. We have fun in this household. I even give doggy treats to people in the household. So welcome, my dear. Yes, you want to say hi? Welcome, Vicky. Say hi, Vicky. Welcome. Nah, you want the treat. That's all. Okay. Welcome, my dear. So back to here. She's from Weston, this area right here. The phone was found in Ringel, this area right here. So just due east, right on this highway here. I'll be honest, one of the things many people are privately concerned about is trafficking in this case. Avery! Welcome, just Avery. Welcome, Avery. And also, so you're automatically seeing we are very close to an interstate here. Okay. Very concerning on that level alone. So her house here, phone found in Ringel. Okay. Now, let me zoom out a little bit more. Okay, Wittenberg, this is my problem. That is not Wittenberg. I accidentally moved the thing there. Let me redo Wittenberg here for you guys. Okay, sorry, Wittenberg. That way you guys can keep, and I know I'm spelling this wrong, guys. I apologize, but at least you can see exactly what Cupcake just mentioned. Every town we are going to mention goes in one straight line here, right along the interstate. Okay, so house, phone. When they found her vehicle along the side of the highway, okay, it was somewhere between the cities of Wittenberg and Shawano. And I apologize for mispronouncing. It might actually be Wittenberg. I know Germany and that, okay, German, Wisconsin, big time, so could be Wittenberg and Shawano. So now we've got home, Weston, phone found, perfect. Wittenberg, Shawano, somewhere around here. I'm not sure the exact location, but somewhere on I-29, her vehicle was found. So we definitely know something happened along this road, along this highway. Okay, whether the phone was thrown out of the car, or there was a stop and it was dropped. Witt and Chanel. Okay, got it. I hope I'm saying that right. I apologize if I haven't, though. And perfect. Thanks, Cupcake. So for those popping in now, and we've got a woman who went missing. Her garage door has been backed out of, leaving damage to the door. Later on, her phone is found due east, right along the highway. Then her vehicle itself is found dumped on the side of the road. So you can totally get this idea. The police are definitely worried. Okay, could be many different reasons, and we'll go through a couple of the different reasons as to why this may have happened this way. Let me make sure. Okay, good. I've got noise cancellation on. And so I'm going to pull us back. So they start looking through things, and they have Cupcake. Chris, good point. And that's something I've been looking at is family. I don't see any children on her Facebook. Cupcake, if you know of any of these answers, please help us. I really would appreciate it, because this is one of those cases that has very little information out there. Does she have a boyfriend or not? I think I haven't heard of a husband per se. She is a realtor. So just on the level of jobs and meeting people and things like that, I will be honest, being a realtor, you're meeting a lot of strangers all the time. So if someone is looking for things, it's not good on that level. So yeah, there's definitely a lot of really big red flags on this case. So we have no idea why no one reported her missing. Exactly. And I'm not even sure if they've got the exact dates, to be honest, right now, because all this got triggered on a Tuesday because someone found her phone. So what actually did happen in this case? Did she go missing that day? Was it a couple days before? Okay, there's a lot of questions. And I think right now, because there is a Facebook group, which let me real quickly, it's called Prayers for Her. Let me see. I don't have it anymore. Let me pop that one in real quickly for you guys, unless anyone else has it. Hey, Seal, welcome, 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 my dear. The Facebook group for her, let me just pull this up real quickly. It's really small. It just started. And it's actually more about prayers and praying for Jane Sullivan. Here we go. So if anyone would like to join into there's very little information about it though right now. So I'm going to take us back to this so we can get her face back up there for everyone. Police immediately started letting the community know that she was missing. They wanted to hear from as many community members who might have known her. She was a realtor. She'd worked with companies before, so they were talking with the companies. Okay, being a realtor is not one of those jobs that you sit in an office all the time. Sometimes people are doing all that from their home. So that could also make sense as to why she wasn't being reported. She doesn't look like she's married or have a family or anything like that. And so this is just, it's scary. And it's one of the reasons why I tell everyone here on YouTube, guys, let's have connections where if something happens to someone, okay, whether it be on a mental health level or anything, we all have someone we can contact in someone's family just to make sure everything's okay. And in this type of case, it might have been very helpful because we don't know the time frame at this point. So the police did get out and they started trying to ask people to help out. Okay, not necessarily with the search, because the search itself was dealing with highways, number one, and you don't want people pulled over to the side on a highway, walking along the side of a highway. That's dangerous on its own. People have a very high chance they could get hit, all sorts of things. So they were more asking, People, if you know her, if you've, okay, you're a friend, you've talked to her on Facebook, things like that, please contact us so we can kind of get a better idea. They don't know right now. Was she having any mental health issues at the time? Okay, is it something that she was dating someone and they don't know about it maybe? Could there be something where someone just cased her with, okay, being a realtor and followed her home one time? There's a lot of questions right now in this case. And Cupcake, that is my biggest concern right now. She's older, but she's gorgeous. She does not look her age there. Okay, she does not look nearly her age. So yes, the potential of trafficking, especially with that highway right there. So the police first put out a statement on the 21st. Okay, and what I'm going to do here, I know you guys aren't going to be able to read this easily. I'll read it for you, but just to kind of go through it. The first statement came out on the 21st and read, what's her age? She's actually 47. Okay, so I mean, she's not your normal 20-year-old or something like that, that this is type of things that you would think someone goes running away, or she's very steady. I mean, she's kind of fixed in her life right now, from what I can see at least. And yes, realtors do have to be so careful. Bank transactions, credit cards, those are the things. I don't know if Cupcake might have more information on that. From what I'm finding, they're looking at all those things, but they are not talking about it. There's very few on a friend level that they're talking about. There are a couple people who have said, oh yes, I used to talk with her and I'm really worried for her and all, but very little on the pulling together facts basis. So the first statement came out from the Weston Police on April 21st, and it said authorities continue to search and seek information on the whereabouts of 47-year-old Tara Jane Sullivan of Weston. Since Wednesday's announcement, remember she was discovered missing on Tuesday. They announced on Wednesday that they needed help. If anyone needed, okay, let them know. Since that announcement, Sullivan was missing. Numerous ground searches have been completed by law enforcement and search and rescue professionals in the areas where her phone and her vehicle were located. And exactly, we're actually going to talk about this. She has none of her own stuff that you would normally have. No purse, no cash. Okay, unless she had it in her pockets. Credit cards, identification, all those things she does not have access to right now. So it's definitely red flag big time. She looks extremely young. Okay, I know I'm 52 and people are always saying, what, you're 52, you don't look it. This girl looks even younger for her age. I mean, literally, she looks like she's maybe late 20s, early 30s in my eyes. Okay, and she is gorgeous. She is gorgeous. Let's see. They've had these searches and all, and they have not led to any significant developments in the case. Quote, we are grateful for the community's concern and support, shared Sarah Severson, Public Information Officer for the Sheriff's Office. Quote, we appreciate everyone that has called our office with a tip or helped us get the word out about Tara's disappearance. We are confident someone saw something or knows something, and that is going to help us find Tara. We all want to see her come home safely. So that's where they're working. They need to hear from people, and that's why we need to get this word out, because in my eyes, she is potentially anywhere along that interstate right there. And that interstate as is going straight into Green Bay. From there, you know, it can be going anywhere at that point. And as the efforts to locate Sullivan continue, authorities will continue to follow up on any and all tips received while also processing evidence, such as her cell phone and vehicle. And that is what they've been working with. Is they are in the process. Hey, my criminy! Mwah! Love you guys, all of you guys. I love all you guys. Love you and welcome, my dear. They're going through her phone. They are trying to figure out what is in the phone. Who has she been talking to? Is there any new person she's been discussing? Checking. She was fairly active on Facebook. We're going to, at the end, I'm going to tell you a little bit about her as a person. And a lot of that is going to come down to who she is. And she does. She has a lot of friends, lots of selfies of her and her friends and things like that. Yep. The other direction takes you to Twin Cities, south takes you to Chicago. Good point. Good point. I mean, it is scary what direction up. It's really scary. And quote, well, let's see. The sheriff's office continues to encourage anyone that knows Tara well or has had contact with her in the past 2 weeks to call 715-261-1200. Option 5 to speak with an investigator. Guys, this goes to anyone. If you are out there at McDonald's and see this gorgeous woman, okay, if you hear things, just call 911. My gut is saying very little family. I may be wrong because we're not here. I'm not seeing interviews with the family. I was checking all sorts of stuff online. Okay, a couple news channels are picking up the story, but very few. It's actually in the last 2 weeks, it's starting to pick up a little bit more now. But even then, there's been nothing for about 5 days. So after May 4th was the last notification that the police really did. So you had a couple news stories pop up. After that, nothing. Quote, we know that Tara has some connections in the Fox Valley area, and it's possible she has left both Marathon and Shawano counties. Added Severson, we are considering all options at this point. So she could be anywhere at this point. And pretty much just local. Yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, I think the locals are really working on trying to get the word out now. They're talking to the police. They've given hints and all that. I think now the fact that with all the research, searching that they've done, they're coming across with nothing makes me worried that they need to be looking further and further out and get the news out nationally at this point, because this is not sounding to me. Yes, it could be a mental health case. We've seen that before. Someone has a rough time and they just decide to leave. But the damage to that garage door, that does not ring true to me for someone who's just disappearing. That's weird. Something else is going on there. Cupcake, nobody has actually made a public plea. Okay, see? Okay, no interview on family, no friends. Not sure why I don't know her personally. She just lives near you. There you go. And I've noticed a couple other people who have met with her and spent time with her and gotten to know her. And they've posted once or twice to Facebook, but very, very little. And yeah, sleuth, exactly. Way too many red flags here. Way too many. Sullivan is described to be approximately 5'7" tall, 128 pounds. So tall, thin. Okay, almost like model level. Green eyes. Now, hair is an issue. They don't know, and this is another thing that's just, it doesn't make sense to me. And it's making me think that she was more of she had her job and maybe hadn't been going out much or things like that. They don't know what color her hair is right now. If we go back to here, you can notice she's got red hair. She's got, okay, blondish, dirty brown, okay, hair. So they don't know what color her hair is right now. Is it long? Is it short? I'm suspecting it's long, but I'm assuming on that. So there's very, very little information on this. And that's where the concerns are. And yeah, Avery, exactly. At least if you decide to just leave, let someone know. If she's in a mental health crisis, there's no telling where she is. But yeah, this sounds, I mean, I'm thinking, okay, most people, if you're going to, and this does happen, people up and leave. Okay, I was following a case a few weeks ago that I almost covered, and then something came out about it where Someone was missing their husband. Well, it turned out the husband had actually ran away with a female. Okay, another woman. Um, Others do leave because of mental health. Okay, wanting to unalive themselves. But backing through a just feels like too much to be doing for something like that. You just open up, hit the button, drive away in that type of case. Seal. I'm hoping my chat just disconnected, so I'm still hoping. Okay, I'm back on. Who reported her missing? No one. This is the problem. She was discovered missing when someone, okay, for those of you who came in late, someone in the town, let me pull that up again to show you guys. Someone in the town of Ringel, right here, found her phone. And they called the police to say, I just found this phone. Okay, I don't know who it belongs to. The police came and grabbed the phone and tracked it to Tara. They then went to Tara's house, which is in Weston, okay, right off to the west there. And that's when they found out that the house's garage door had been backed out of, okay, I mean, causing damage. I don't know if it was completely down or if it was on its way out and they hit it or what, but something happened as they were leaving there. Later on, the car was found somewhere here on I-29 between Wittenberg and Chihuahua. Okay, so yeah, and that's exactly, Avery, exactly. Let me come back here where I can highlight comments. Okay, they get into the phone, they can find out who she's been with, who she's talking to. All those things can be found out at that time. But no one reports, no husband that she could report that was like, oh yeah, I haven't seen my wife. No children in this case. Okay, which is kind of, it's scary and kind of sad to me because I'm not married. I don't have kids. Luckily, I live with my mom. She would notice if I disappeared. But there was quite a few years that I lived on my own before I came home to be her caregiver. And this was actually one of my things. I remember actually having someone at work who would know if I don't come to work and I don't call in, you are to call me and try to track me down. And because it is scary as a single woman, single man who doesn't have those connections. Let me see what we get. Is there any ring coverage? Not that I've heard of. That does not mean there isn't. The problem with this case is there is almost no information out there other than what I'm reading to you guys right now. This is about it. And at Cupcake, you sent me that. Okay, perfect. I did not see that. So let me email, right, my dear? Let me track that. Hey, PJ, welcome, my dear. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We got another pup maniac. You want to say hi? Hi, hi. Hi, hi. And also, it wasn't the original. You're right. Then I switched over to the other things. Let me do this real quickly, and I can show you guys the garage. Yeah, every day it's a new master. I swear, more missing people things. Something is just, yeah, crazy. Let me pull this open. Here's Cupcake stuff right here. I know it was right up here, right there. Okay. Here is the, actually, let me take this down so you guys don't get the, okay. There's the garage. So definitely there was damage. That's what they saw as they drove up. Okay, they saw that garage with, okay, it looks to me like it was coming up. Actually, now that I look at it again, thank you, Cupcake, for reminding me about that. I literally went from all your information and I zipped to the bottom and then I went looking for stuff instead. It looks to me like what happened was it may have been on its way up and someone was too impatient. And also, and yes, exactly, Louisiana. Yes, PJ is already Ohana. She's already Ohana in our hearts. And we're good. Thank you, Cupcake. And it's pushing out towards the road, not like you drove into. And that's what, yeah, the car was in the garage, and someone backed out, and it was not going up quick enough, so they hit it. That's basically what happened in that case. So as they were going through, okay, that finishes up with, this is an active ongoing investigation. Marathon County Sheriff's Department has been assisted by the Everest Metro Police Department, Shawano County Sheriff's Office. Future developments will be posted with them. So at this point, people are starting to get more interested and all, so they did have to come out and ask people, please do not go out and do unorganized searches along the highway. They were getting very concerned that someone was going to get hurt with that. So they did come out and ask that. Next couple days went on, okay, actually weeks. We're talking probably about 2 weeks. And then on May 4th, the sheriff put out one more announcement, the one on the right that you're seeing there. And that is the last real announcement we've heard from the police on. They have said her car had rear end damage to her vehicle when they found it on the highway. So, someone drove that car. Okay, was it she that drove that car out of her garage? Was she driving the car with someone sitting in the other side, making her go? Or was someone else? Okay, there's multiple different options here. And so the police came out on the 4th with another announcement. And this one, they said, since April 19th announcement that 47-year-old Tara Jane Sullivan of Weston was missing, law enforcement have conducted numerous ground, drone, and canine searches. They've examined multiple leads and processed several pieces of evidence: the car, her phone. Okay, those two for sure. There may be other ones. In hopes it would lead them to Tara or a better understanding of the circumstances around her disappearance. Despite everyone's best efforts, no significant developments have been reached in this case. Vicky, did someone run into the car? From my understanding, it was found on the side of the highway. And did it just get dumped there? Were they having car trouble at that point? Did someone else meet? Because if it got, okay, I'm going to be realistic. Even if it was just her there who was driving it and she got out of the car, someone had to pick her up, right? She had to have run into someone most likely. Okay, unless it was a mental health issue, but I'm having a really hard time believing the mental health thing. It is a potential, but there's just way too many red flags in this case. Robin, does she look familiar to you? By the way, welcome, my dear. And interesting. Has it recent familiar, or is it something from a while ago? Because she was a real estate person. So I don't know if that could be where things are. With the rear end damage, though, makes me wonder if she was running and someone rammed the car. Yeah, that's potential. There's a lot of potentials here, and that's what's so scary about this. That highway alone is just loaded with red flags for potential future issues. Quote, it's been incredibly difficult for our investigators to pinpoint the reason for her disappearance. It remains unclear if she was experiencing a mental health crisis, was abducted, or left under her own will. Regardless of the reason, we hope Tara returns home safely in the end. Sullivan's disappearance was deemed to be suspicious in nature due to the damage discovered at her home on Tuesday, April 18th, when deputies from the Marathon County Sheriff's Office went to her residence to return a lost cell phone. Upon arrival, deputies found substantial damage to the home's garage door caused by a vehicle backing through the door while exiting the garage. So they themselves have been they've been able to verify that, yeah, that came from backing out. So they've looked at it. So the question is to what direction right there. No problem, Jets Mom. Love you, my dear. Love you, love you. Additionally, the scattered locations of her possessions have continued to add complexity to the disappearance. And that, yeah, that alone, that's not like her phone was in the car. Okay, the phone was disposed of or lost way before the car disappeared out of the story. Okay, so there were multiple things that were happening here, one after another. Sullivan is described again, approximately 5'7", 128 pounds, green eyes. Her current hair color and clothing descriptions is unknown. I don't know, for example, are there any toll roads? I don't think that's a toll road or anything, but are there any cameras on stoplights or things like that? It'd be very interesting to see if there's anything on that level. Hey, Anitra, welcome, and aloha, my dear friend from Finland. Aloha, my dear. FYI, she does rent her residence. If I see it going back up for rent or whatever, oh, okay. Unfortunately, if the police give the landlord the go-ahead to clear out her stuff, they will just from, wow, yeah. And you would think, hopefully, they're going to go through this, okay, with a fine-tooth comb, find out if there's anything that happened in that house. Okay, make sure that there wasn't any assaults that occurred, anything on that level. Wow, I did not know about that. Thank you. Cupcake, you've been awesome. Thank you for helping us with all these little, that's one of the great things when you have someone who's local, they tend to get a lot of the extra little bits of information as they've looked into it. Quote, the support we've received in getting word out about Tara's disappearance from communities across the state has been remarkable. In the coming days, our investigators will continue to review the digital evidence from her cell phone and vehicle. So they are getting into the computers of the vehicle to find out whatever they can on that level, GPS, things like that. In an effort to better understand the circumstances around her disappearance and follow up on any new information they receive. We ask that the community continue to keep an eye out and share any new tips or information with our office. Anyone who knows Sullivan well or has had recent contact with her is encouraged to contact them again. If you see her, please let 911 know. And they do state, if you see her, just call 911. While the investigation into her disappearance will continue, this is going to be the last update in the case until there are significant developments to report. The Marathon County Sheriff's Office appreciates the assistance, and they go through that. Guys, this is my big concern right here, is we can tell from this she may not have family. She may not have champions speaking up for her, and we need to make sure that this does not just drop. Okay, she needs people saying her name as loud as possible, sharing her picture, because like Cupcake just said, if they go out there and rent out her apartment, now that's not even there anymore. Okay, it's up to us to yell her name from the top of your lungs. Okay, share out the picture. This needs to go more than just, and I do know there's a couple people with podcasts who are like, we're thinking about driving out to this area to go look into this or things like that. Okay, let me pull this LG back up so that we can kind of look at where, so the vehicle was found somewhere along, between these two cities right here. So looking at this, let's start with Wittenberg, and then we can go from there. Okay, you are talking farmland, woods, it looks like. Okay, you're going from town. Okay, you definitely, it's wide open spaces. Here, you've got wide open spaces here. Okay, I-29, continuing it along down here. You get woody areas in certain areas. So yeah, this is just, and I'm not sure the exact location. I did keep trying to, and I ran out of time to find the exact location. Cupcake, not sure if you've heard of the exact location of where her car was found, but look at that. That is, actually, let me take this out. Just this area here. So from Weston Okay, to somewhere along there, we are talking, here's Weston, just generic. Okay, let's see. Oh, I did the wrong thing there. I did the wrong thing. Of course I did. What else is new? Measurement, measurement, measurement. This is what I wanted to do. Okay, there. That's 46 miles from where she lived in general to the town that it was. So it was somewhere within, say, let's see, Ringel was 6 miles. Okay, from where she lived to where her phone disappeared. Okay, and then it was, let me try this again. From Ringel to where her car was found was anywhere from 12 to 40 miles away. So lots of stuff going on there. Her phone was found on a dead end road by a bar that has no cameras. Then her car was further down. Okay. This one is, guys, this is scaring me. This is really worrying me as to what's happened here. Again, we kind of addressed this earlier. She does not have anything on her that you would normally have. Okay, she does not have her car. She does not have her cell phone. Of course, we know that. But she also does not have her purse. No credit cards. No cash unless she threw it into a pocket. Okay, her ID cards. All those things are not there. Okay, someone who is running, you would think certain things they would take along with them. And it does not look like any of that stuff. Hey, Cajun True Crime, love you. Love you, my dear. From her house to her car will only take you 30 minutes max because it's highway. Okay. So, guys, if you guys can help us with sharing this out, I think it's going to be, again, let me go here. Okay, let's take this out further. Don't please ignore this one right up here, but this area here. Okay, you're looking at where everything is. Chicago's right down here. Milwaukee. Okay, you're getting into Detroit way over here. Areas that are major trafficking points. Okay, Minneapolis, right off to the west. It looks like things were going in this direction, but it doesn't mean that's how they continued. Whether it is her who left on her own or someone else who's involved, she needs to get home. She needs to get to where everyone knows she's safe. And so if you guys can help me with this, I'm going to be sharing the posters out right after I'm done with this. I will post those on not only the community tab, but they will be in Discord for any of you guys who are in Discord. For those of you who are members, please remember, let me know if I forget about you, because sometimes I forget who's Discord versus YouTube. We do have a private folder just for YouTube memberships. So please let me know about that. I will share these posters out right after. You've also had a very cold spring. Yeah, big time, big time. The weather has been colder this year for sure. So if we can share that, say her name, post to your community tab. If you're on, okay, Twitch, hit Twitter, post, okay, share out videos, do whatever you can for that. So again, before I go into, I do want to end with our Amber Alert. But as a reminder, Tara Jane Sullivan was last, actually I should have that, and actually I may change it. Okay, she was reported missing on April 18th. We don't know when she was last seen right now. In Weston, Wisconsin. She is 5'7", 128 pounds. Green eyes. We don't know what color hair she has at this time. She went missing under suspicious circumstances. Her phone was abandoned, found in Ringel. Police have tried to return it. They found, you guys know the story now. Call the Marathon County Sheriff's Office at 715-261-1200 or just dial 911. Let's try to get her story out and shared out as much as possible. Now, for our Amber Alert, I wanted to bring Jules up here. I don't have much on his story because I was researching this a little bit more at the time, but I am going to research a little bit more right after this. Jules was last seen on May 1st, so 1 week ago, in San Antonio, Texas. He's 14 years old, guys, and they've put out an Amber Alert in this case. We know that people do not tend to use Amber Alerts for teenagers, okay, unless there's some serious concerns going on here. So please help us on sharing this. I'll also share this on Discord. I will also see if I can do either a community tab, or if there's more information than just this basic stuff, I will do a real quick follow-up video. And but he was last seen wearing a paperboy hat, a black thin frame glasses, you can see that in the picture right there, a dark colored t-shirt, black Nike shorts, and slip-ons. Okay, so flip-flops, slip-ons, slippers, if you're from Hawaii, no matter what the word is. Police believe he is in grave or immediate danger. So we need to get this word out as quickly as possible. Okay, when you're dealing with an Amber Alert for a teenager, the level of danger is through the roof at this point. Okay, they are either thinking he's been taken by someone who does not have good thoughts for him. So please contact 911 or the San Antonio Police Department. And I will share all that stuff out right as soon as we're done with this. Cupcake, I really want to thank you for this information today. Sometimes, guys, things just come together in certain ways. Okay, a couple of us were going to cover someone else today. We had all the plans to do this. That person was found. And because that person was found, Cupcake had already sent me this information so we can move forward on this. There's a reason all this stuff lines up the way it does. So help us share her story out. If you guys want to talk about it further, we can talk further on the case. If you guys have ideas, just head on over to Discord for that. And if we do find anything else, I'll make sure we can do some updates on this. So thank you guys so much. Please help us in sharing the word out. Wednesday, I will see you over here or there, wherever it is we are. I think it's here. I don't know. I forget. I don't know. It could be over on Sluice. Okay, on Wednesday. So I'll see you no matter where we are on Wednesday. And so aloha, guys. Mahalo. All of you guys fight for these people who are missing. Whether you have a channel, whether you're one who's over there on Twitter or Instagram or on your community tab, you're their champion. You're the one who is speaking their name and yelling it so no one forgets it. So let's make sure no one forgets Jules' name and no one forgets Tara's. Love each and every one of you. Those of you who became members tonight, thank you so much to both of you. Okay, aloha and mahalo. Talk to y'all later. Bye-bye. Aloha.